Hi there, my name's Andy, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can value your website. So you might have recently built a website and you might be interested to find out how much that website would be worth if you were to sell it now. Or maybe you've been sat on a website for quite some time, it gets some traffic, maybe it makes a little bit of money, maybe it doesn't, maybe it makes a lot of money, and you might also be interested what that website might be worth if you were to sell it today. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly what factors you need to consider and a couple of different methods of how to value your website. And also I will be sharing my 100% free tool with you that you can access straight away without any login, without any email sign up or anything like that, and it's completely private and you can enter all your details and it will actually give you a valuation of your website. Right, so let's get to it. So the main method is called the multiple factor. Now this is like the baseline method that is used when valuing a website, but it seems quite rigid, so it doesn't suit every case, and I'm going to explain why in a minute or two. But let me explain what the multiple factor is. So basically it's a baseline value of your website based on monthly profit by around 36 months. Now, the amount of months can vary depending on the niche and many other factors, okay? But a rule of thumb is 3 years income, which is basically 36 months of your monthly profit. Now, remember and take note that I've said profit, not revenue, because sometimes websites incur a cost as well. So if you're driving traffic by spending ads and money on ads, then obviously that has to be deducted from your revenue to be able to find your profit. Okay, so here's an example. So let's say that your website generates £100 per month in profit. Then your value estimate, if you were to sell your price to a potential buyer, would be around £3,600. But there is more to consider. So let's move on to that. So here's some of the other factors you have to take into consideration, such as monthly visitors. How many monthly visitors access or find your website and use your website every single month? Okay, monthly page views. It may be that the average monthly visitor visits 3 pages on your website. Now, page views and visitors are different, because if you're displaying ads, then it's obviously better to have as many page views and impressions on your website as possible, so those ads are shown repeatedly. Okay, monetization potential. Is the website untapped? You might have 10,000 visitors coming to your website every month, but if you're not monetizing your website properly, then what's going to happen is you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So this is where the multiple factor of valuing a website isn't really that accurate, because if you were selling it to the right website, to the right company or investor who could utilize that traffic and it was valuable to them, then it's going to be worth a lot more than your multiple factor valuation. Okay, niche and industry. Now, obviously, having a website or some kind of app or something in the gaming industry or the entertainment industry is not going to be as valuable as, let's say, the finance industry or the software or tech industry. So niche plays a factor as well, depending on the quality of traffic and the advertising opportunities available to you. So that needs to be considered. Something else you've got to consider is growing or declining traffic and income. Is your website slightly growing every month? Is it growing at a fast rate? Is the income growing at a fast rate, or is it declining, or is it plateauing? Is it just at a level? Because if a website's on the decline, that will lower your valuation as well, because a potential buyer would look at that realizing that there's work to be involved, and it would also make them question the website or the niche or all of the other factors surrounding that as well. If it's growing, then it gives you more leverage because it's on a trajectory, should we say. Website age is another factor to consider as well. If you have a website that you started 6 months ago and you were fortunate enough to make some money with it, and you are getting traffic, and those traffic could be from Google, it could be from Bing, it could be from AI, it could be from Reddit, YouTube, wherever. If you've got 3 years of history compared to 6 months of history, and you've got 3 years of tracking traffic, website traffic, tracking income, and you can prove the traffic and income, then that website's going to have a higher valuation than compared to a website that is only 6 months old. Okay, domain quality. This could be how brandable is the actual domain itself? Is it, what is the domain name? Is it very aligned with your website, with the visitors, with the audience? Is it something that's memorable? Is it short? So the domain quality can play into the valuation as well. Type of website. Is it a content website? Is it a marketplace? Is it a directory? Is it a tool, calculator, or app? All of these can change how your site is valued and can demand different levels of pricing when it comes to selling it. Okay, here's some more factors you need to consider as well. What is the time investment per week? Does the website require monitoring? Does it require you adding content? Does it require you doing any kind of maintenance at all with the website in order to keep it running, bringing traffic in and generating an income? Or is it something that basically runs itself and you can kind of sit back and the traffic comes in and it's growing? Because the least amount of time that you have to put into that website, the more valuable it will be to a prospective buyer. Another thing you need to consider is owner dependency. So is this website something that ties into your specific expertise? Is it a website where you might give specific advice or provide a service? If that's the case, then that ties you to the asset, to the website, and that's going to lower the valuation because it's going to be harder for it to transition to somebody else, or you're going to have to kind of have some sort of contract where you still have some involvement with the website or the running of it. So ideally something that doesn't depend on you whatsoever. Ease of transfer, that kind of ties in a little bit with this as well. But also things like, is there a database to transfer? Is there a support desk? Is there other third-party services that you have to kind of transfer over as part of a sale? If it's a straightforward transfer in the domain, using escrow or a service like that, and it's very easy to hand everything over in one go, then that's going to make it more valuable as well to the buyer. SEO backlink strength is another factor you need to consider. Does it have natural backlinks? Are other blogs and websites, especially authoritative ones or quality websites and backlinks in your niche and industry, pointing back to your website? What is your overall backlink profile look like? Is it mentioned on various places? Is it talked about? Does traffic come from social media, forums, etc.? So the better the backlink profile and the general SEO, the more value it will add to your site. Traffic diversity as well. That kind of touches a little bit what I was just talking about there. Where does the traffic come from? If it's from one source only, that means that's a case of putting all your eggs in one basket. If your website was to get penalized one day from the almighty Google or Bing or wherever, and that traffic dropped off, that site then becomes less valuable and it's going to be harder to kind of build up. While if the traffic comes from many different sources, if you're getting constant traffic coming from Reddit, coming from YouTube, coming from social platforms such as Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok, then that's a diverse traffic pool, and that's going to be better for your valuation. Brand strength. Are people actually searching for your website? Are people going to Google, typing in your website name or your brand name and finding you that way? That will add value as well, okay? Proof of traffic and income. Obviously, if you can hand over access to your Google Analytics or whatever analytics tracking platform you use, so you can provide real proof of that traffic and the history of that traffic, that's going to add value. Same with the proof. If you can share details and transactions or some of that information, whether it's from Stripe or PayPal or any other sort of payment gateway, then you can prove the income. It's going to add value to your website and for the sale of your website. Included assets. Have you built an email list with your website? Do you have a social following for your website? If so, if you can hand over those social pages and those followers or the email subscribers and your newsletter system and include that with the asset when you sell your website, that can add potentially a lot of money. If you have an email list of 20,000 active subscribers, that's going to add a lot of money potentially to your valuation price, especially if the niche or industry is a strong one, such as finance. So if you have enjoyed this video or would simply like to get a free valuation for your website, you can use my website valuation tool at websitevaluationtool.co.uk. Head over there and you'll get instant access to the tool. There's no sign up required. You don't have to enter an email address, create an account, anything like that. You can simply use it. Think of it as a powerful calculator where you can, there's 4 main sections you can go through. You can add your profit, monthly profit. You can your monetization methods. You can select which ones. You can put your monthly visitors, page views, whether the traffic trend is growing, etc. If you go through the tool, it's very self-explanatory. Plus, there's tool tips as well. There's a little question mark tool tips next to every option and field. So hover over that. It will tell you exactly what that option or field is for, and the valuation will dynamically be generated as you enter these different options. So you can play around with it, be as honest and truthful as you possibly can, and then you're going to get a valuable valuation. One good thing about my tool that stands out compared to others is it can sometimes give you 2 valuations. So there's a profit multiple valuation, which is what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, where it's based purely on profit. If you have a website where you haven't really monetized it that much yet, or you haven't monetized it at all, and you've just sitting on a website that gets a lot of traffic, then it will also factor that as well, and that is called a full asset valuation, and that's based on the potential and based on all of the other options that you've set for your valuation. So head over to websitevaluationtool.co.uk, give it a try. It's completely free. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.